Troy Parrott, the first man in this Queen's Park save to win the Cinch Premiership, Golden Boot, finally beating David Turnbull, has left the club for £30 million. And boy oh boy have we spent that £30 million. Okay, maybe I was a bit misleading there. Welcome back to the Queen's Park save. This is now the, 5th season of the saves? I mean, I can check specifically because a lot of the save has been... Okay, well, I didn't mean to go into it this quickly, but yeah, start of the 5th season. Last season, well, I need to tell you something, but give me a sec. Last season, just about won the league. Oh, that's where we are at the moment. Just about won the league. Lost on the final day of the season to Celtic and ended up finishing second. Troy Parrott, of course, won the Golden Boot. And now this season is our 5th year in charge of Queen's Park. And we have sold Troy Parrott and we've made signings. It's the transfer window. But also, you're wondering why I've just looked at my saves and there's about 7 different saves of Queen's Park. That's looking suspicious, Raxo. First, before I go over that, smash the like button, subscribe if you're new around here, and turn on notifications. Can we please smash whatever like target you can give me today, because I think I've already butchered this recording because half of you have clicked off because you're like, Raxo, what's going on with all these saves? I have been away on a trip. My family go to the Sounds up in the South Island of New Zealand, because I live in New Zealand. And basically, it's just a place where it's just so mellow, so chill. And I wasn't going to take my recording gear, but obviously I wanted to jam this save because I'm more addicted to this than I think a lot of people are to some seriously high-level drugs. And as a result, I simulated 2 whole seasons. So, as you can see, I saved it at the key points, and yes, I have fully simulated 2 seasons. So I am now going to go through this, and then in a separate episode go through this, and this to tell you what happened while I was on my trip. And starting off with Troy Parrott being sold and a bunch of transfers coming in. And again, I'd say it's not quite misleading because Troy Parrott was sold right at the end of the transfer window, so we still have a lot of money. That's going to have to be spent during the January transfer window, I imagine. To be honest, I can't really remember what I did, but we're going to go over the transfers that we did make, and I'm going to try and not spoil how good these signings end up being. Okay. I actually do remember why I did these things. Suarez and Leicester, I remember, because last season we had a bunch of money, like 5 mil left over at the end of the season, and we needed to spend it, otherwise I didn't feel like the board was going to give us any more money. So I signed these 2 players in the hopes that they would then give us a higher budget. You know how it works in Footy Manager. If you got like 10 mil left over, they just go, oh, your budget next season is 10 mil, convenient, you know. But if you spend it, they actually give you money. So that was my point. I spent it and signed these 2 players. And actually what happened is I signed Leicester, who is a good 5-star potential ability, striker, or left wing. I'm definitely trying to train him as a left wing, who has great potential, but maybe not the best current ability right now. We brought him in for £4.2 million, could eventually rise to 8, coming in from Blackburn after not a lot of appearances, but you can see the ability is already starting to peek through and shine through there. But I made that sign and I was like, sweet, 5 mil done, got rid of 4. I can live with just having like 1. But we found Thiago Suarez. I believe that's how you say it. And he had a release clause of £3.4 million. I'm impressed about how much of this I remember. He's already played incredible. 5 goals from 4 games. He is insane. And we needed to sign him, but we didn't have the money anymore. So, a bit of an icon, a bit of a club legend. Oh, we must have gotten rid of a couple more players during that season. Oh my gosh, Dom Thomas has left. Oh, yeah, he's gone. Sorry, he didn't make many appearances last season. He actually made 1. He's gone. Gutted about that, I guess, but not really. Young players out on loan. Dunn with a great potential, out on loan. Willox, still with a great potential, out on loan. And Williamson, a new youth player that's come through, out on loan, looking very tasty. But the club legend that we sold was Zarzana. So actually, although this has come through this season, we actually confirmed this deal ages ago for £1.9 million, which, by the way, is much lower than offers that we got in the pass room. But I really needed to cash in immediately, so I got a higher intermediary to sell him straight away, so that I had the cash to buy Suarez, because I think like Everton and like 3 other clubs were interested in him, and we were like, well, we need to get him. So I made sure of it, and I bagged him, and he is now a Queen's Park player, and he is incredible. He is beautiful. He is looking very tasty indeed. 6'5" as well, brings a lot to the table. Welcome Suarez. Not the only signings we made, of course, though, but I'm going to start with the sales because that's just what I do. I guess this one I kind of have to admit was a signing first, though, because we signed a player, realised he wasn't very good, loaned him out. Probably going to sell him at the end of the season after his loan is done, because he looks very average and probably never usable. Solskjaer has left the club for 500k. Very happy to get that kind of fee for a player that we brought in on a free. Ozzy Tutu, we didn't really want him this season, and we ended up getting his release clause, which is very handy. Some teams were coming in for offers, and we said, give us his release clause, and they did. And he is now gone for £3.1 million. A very nice bit of money in there. Of course, Norton Cuffy has been our starting right back and looks like the better of the 2 options now. Charlie Fox, sad to see him go, but he's not going to be a starter anymore. With the signings that we've made and with just the players that were starting already last season, he was not going to continue in that starting lineup for much longer. If we actually look at our starting 11 at the end of last season against the Celtic side, we can see that Cabal, and Mibby, of course, were taking those starting spots. So Fox, he's being phased out of the team, and we have made some signings to make sure he's completely phased out. Karamoko has left the club for £5 million. Very happy with this after bringing him in on a free and not playing him that much. 5 mil is a great fee to bring in. Troy Parrott has left the club, and this one ultimately did just come down to the fact that I didn't think he was that good. I can't say it any more than that. He was good, obviously. Like, he scored 19 goals in 29 appearances, and the season before that 10 goals. I don't know. I kind of preferred Clark Harris. It's just because he was younger. And I don't know, Suarez came in and he's got insane potential. I'm not saying I was looking to sell him, but when they came in with a 20 mil bid, and I was like, oh, let's see if they'd buy it on 30, and they straight away accepted it, I was like, well, I'll take that money. And if you compare the two of them, they're kind of not that dissimilar. I mean, the Parrott has slightly better vision attacking and defending, but I prefer Suarez. Call me crazy, but Troy Parrott, I think, is a downgrade on Suarez. Then 4 more players got loaned out, one of which being a signing, so we'll talk about that in a second. But now we can go over the signings. Charlie Patino has joined the club on a free transfer from Arsenal. 3 appearances so far, looking like a very good player with a very good potential. We all know Charlie Patino, and he looks tasty indeed. Chuffed about that. Paulo Bernardo, £12,000 per week, but worth every single cent. Cannot believe we brought him in. I think I did talk about these at the end of last episode. But mate, what a signing. 6.95 average rating last season, and he has stats galore. He is brilliant. He is solid. He is 25, and he is a starter for us. Jordan James, we've already talked about. John Suter is a centre-back option, centre-back reserve option, or maybe a bench option. Fox going away, we kind of need a little bit more cover in that position, but of course we have found it in other places too, so don't you worry about that. Matt O'Reilly has joined the club. £1.1 million for this man. I just don't know why. I really don't know why they sold him for that cheap. But we've brought him in, and his stats are great too. £30,000 per week, though. It took a lot to convince him to join our club. Matching highest earner clause as well. So he is the highest earner by a bit. But he is a great player and looking very good. A youngster that has come into the team. We're really keeping an eye out for youngsters now, who I think should be more of a centre-back for the future. His name's Pajvot. Or Pavot, I'm not sure, sorry, Pajvo, £1 million comes in for, and he looks like he's got some good potential. Would like it to be 5-star, but hey, it is what it is. Luis Fernando, £3.6 million. Terrible signing, terrible, horrific, absolutely horrific. I'll level with you. I saw him come up on scout reports, and obviously it said it would have 5-star potential, so I was like, oh yeah, great. But the thing that got me over the line is that I saw that he had a release clause that was like £12 million. And this release clause was an active relegation release clause. So I was like, oh my gosh, I'm getting a steal here. I regret this one. So we've immediately loaned him out, and we hope that his value is going to go back up, and then we'll sell him to hopefully break even. That is the plan. Ramiro comes into the club. We didn't have a left-back reserve last year. I don't know how I survived with it. So this man comes in. He's got good value. He's being paid peanuts. And he's going to be great cover for Bruce if he does get injured or just tired, because Bruce is just a man. He is just a man. Oh my gosh, the whole team kicked up a fuss about a goalkeeper issue. So I brought in this guy. I thought it would sort it, but everyone was really disappointed in the end. Still, I think, is it still on the promises? Yeah, strengthen the goalkeeper. Mate, they're not chuffed about it. I'll spoil it. The pending outcome is they get mad. Well, they don't get mad. They get disappointed. They don't. There's no meetings about it, but they're not chuffed. I thought this guy was a good reserve goalkeeper. Loan, decent option. Is what it is, I guess, though. Another youngster coming in. Again, a goalkeeper, because I wanted to kind of cover that. Again, really wanted him to have 5-star potential. 600k this one, though. So not too much money being spent. And last but not least, David Turnbull. Yes, David Turnbull has joined our club. A man that won the Golden Boot and Player of the Year 2 years in a row has joined our club on a loan transfer for £5,500. No idea why. His contract's expiring soon, so I think that might have something to do with it. He is still great, amazing stats. Yeah, I don't know why he's coming to our club. I really don't. I mean, loan players I'm always going to be slightly biased against. It's hard to find a spot when you have some starting players as good as Tom, as good as Bernardo and O'Reilly. So right now Turnbull's not even really making the bench, but our squad is looking incredibly strong, and we're trying this 3 central midfielder approach to see how it goes. And we have been dominating this season, boys and girls. I think that this could be our year at this point in time. It is looking so good so far. Champions League, we're into the league phase, by the way. I always forget that this is a bit of a challenge to get into. 4-0 win against Sporting. Yeah, so we just wrap that up quickly. 2-0 win against Mainz, and then against this team, who hopefully we were always going to beat. But look, wins galore in the league so far. Not a single loss or draw. We have the maximum amount of points, and we're still chilling in second place. But, of course, there has only been a couple of games. But, boys and girls, we have been doing great. But obviously, as a huge disclaimer, as I said, I have simulated all of these games so far. So, I'm not going to show you any games in the next 2 episodes. I do apologize about that hugely, because I understand that is really annoying for some people. Like, the games are super entertaining parts of my videos. But it is what it is, and we're going to simulate to the end of the January transfer window and hopefully update you on a good season so far and a good Champions League run potentially. But boys and girls, this team, it is a good team. Look at them. Look at them all. Take them in. Suarez, McKinstry, Soriano, Tom, Bernardo, O'Reilly, Bruce, Mibby, Cabell, Norton, Cuffy, and McKenna, with some stacked benches. Patino, of course, going to be making some appearances. Michu as well. Mella looking like a good youth prospect as well. Mate, we are stacked, and potentially Leicester getting into the starting lineup here and there. Good team, good signings. 30 mil in the bank account too. I honestly can't remember, but I assume we make some huge signings in January. Well, I do actually remember this. It wasn't good for a while here. 4th, behind Kilmarnock. Sorry, Kilmarnock fans. But Suarez is top goal scorer, which is lovely. But Kilmarnock is above us. And we're 13 points away from... Yeah, no, we're not winning the league this year, are we? Spoiler. Sorry, that's a spoiler. We don't win the league. With 13 points clear. I'm trying to not spoil stuff, but when I say stuff like that, it's kind of hard to not. Oh my gosh, we got into the knockout stages of the Champions League. Look at that. Look, we just snuck in and we're versing Lazio. I'm not expecting to win, but I'm just happy to be here. Chuffed to be here. We're versing these teams and we drew Lazio. How good is that? Let's talk about Champions League for a second. Mate, we came away with some results. Ignore the league. Look at that patch. Look at that. That's horrific. Anyway, Champions League. Win here. You expect it. Lazio we lost to. So I guess that does not really set us up great for our 2 leagues against them. But anyway, who else? Lost to Toulouse. Yeah, we pick it up somewhere. It's a loss to Sevilla. We must pick it up somewhere. Draw to Bayern. Paulo Bernardo, mate, and look at these stats. We're not even being walked all over. We're competing there. Competing! against Bayern. PSV 3-1 win, convincing. Arsenal 2-2 draw. And again, we're not being walked all over here. We're like in the game. I don't know how there was that many goals with that XG. 0-0 draw against Atletico Madrid, and that's enough. Oh my gosh! Wow, what? I thought would have beaten maybe more people than that. How many wins did we get? 2. How have we snuck in there? Oh my gosh, that's horrific. Anyway, league's not great, but transfers. How much money? We've got 5 mil. I must have spent a lot of money. I don't remember who I signed, but I must have spent a lot. Boys and girls, who have we bought in? Well, okay, first, who have we sold? Oh, this is like a trip down memory lane. We sold Michu. I knew we sold him at some point, but I didn't realise it was this transfer window. Did he kick up a fuss? He might have kicked up a fuss. He may have kicked up a fuss. We weren't playing him. He definitely kicked up a fuss. I remember it. Yeah, he did. Yeah. So 15 mil to Fulham. I'm not complaining about that fee. There's a great fee. Obviously last year, Nade for 15 mil, and we were thrilled about that. 15 mil for Michu, again, it's just a rotation option. Can't complain about that. Longridge has gone out on loan to a team, the league below us. And Robson, who are you? You've left. Nice. He was a youngster that was meant to be really good, but he ended up being terrible. I actually don't know. Sorry, I do know who he is. Who did we sign? I'm really intrigued. Oh, this man, Georgian guy. He signed for a free transfer because we were thinking about signing him at the end of last season for just money. But then I realised his contract was expiring, and then he got injured, so we waited until his thing expired, and he's been playing. He's a rotation option, good player. He's been starting a couple of games here and there too. 3 assists, 1 goal. I mean, decent stats, not quite as good as Tom, Bernardo or O'Reilly, but decent player, that's for sure. Who else do we... Oh my gosh, we made some good signings in this transfer window. Really good. I'm trying not to spoil them. Jordan Freeland. Now, I'm sorry. I just need to toot my own horn. I have no idea how we signed him. I think we found him in like November, and we confirmed it, and he's coming. But I think we just swooped in before anyone else realised what was going on. This man is insane. Look at his stats. 16 finishing, 15 first touch, 17 fitness, 15 stamina, 16 acceleration and agility, 15 balance, and just great general other stats. Left wing, striker. He is a machine. He is incredible. And his name is Jordan Freeland, and we have gotten him for just £7.5 million. How on earth have we gotten him for just £7.5 million? It could eventually rise to 14, but that is a steal for this man. He is better than Parrott. I'm just putting it out there. Blanket statement, better than Parrott. Don't know how we got him. Jordan Freeland, welcome to the club. Next up on the bat, Omabama Delay. If you saw my West Brom save, Omabama Delay was an incredible centre-back in that save, and we've got him for £8 million. Another one, now I'm pretty sure we signed in like December because we saw him go on the transfer list, and we're like, well, we're not going to find a better centre-back than that because I've been looking to replace Cabal for a while now. Not quite maybe yet. Bright. He's a wee bit better. But Omabama Delay, mate, he is on another level. £25,000 per week is a lot, but I mean the quality you get. Look at 16 pace, 14 marking, 14 tackling, 15 positioning, 14 heading, 6'3", 84 kgs of pure raw talent. Andrew Omabama Delay just coming in from Atletico Madrid. He is a machine. I'm so happy that we got him into the club. What a player. Next up, Craig Thompson, and I can tell you a story about this now. You know how they wanted us to sign a goalkeeper? Well, we tried to sign him. He had a release clause for £1.4 million. We activated it on deadline day, and he didn't sign for us because I refused to add this. And you know how normally when you get rid of stuff and you just assume that they're still going to accept the contract, even if it's on like the orange contract negotiation thing? You know, he walked away and then we couldn't renegotiate. I was really gutted about that because now he's 19 and he would have been 18, so we could have potentially got him in homegrown at club. So, bit gutted about that. But Craig Thompson, welcome to the club as our second choice goalkeeper. That youngster went back to his club because we never played him. So now, actually, it's worked out pretty well. Bargain, and we have him. You're keeping an eye on the £20 million signing. I'm talking about him too. Owen Dickey Yesser. He is good. 52 to 73 million pounds worth of value, coming in as a 19-year-old from Brentford, playing a decent amount of games. Not that many games in the Championship, to be fair, but still, he's an okay player. He's a good player. He's an okay experienced player, but he's a wonder kid with great stats so far. We're trying to train him as a box-to-box just to get him kind of like everything, but he's good in everything already, mate. He's got abilities. And we're going to be playing him as that ball-winning midfielder. We kind of need that. We're trying to go back down to this tactic here because it just works better for us. O'Reilly as that Mazzanola is working well as well with Tom as a super sub. He's had a bit of a flat season this year. The super sub's kind of working better for him. Turnbull, by the way, is joining us at the end of the season, so he's definitely going to be getting some more game time as the season progresses, because currently he's not been getting much, just because, again, he's a lone player, and I kind of am biased against lone players. But that's a transfer record signing for Owen. Man, he's good. He's good, and he's got good potential, 4.5-star potential, could go up to 5-star, 19 years of age. Cannot complain. I like Owen, and he just does that tactic that we need. And of course, for a long time, Bannon was doing that. But Bannon, I love him, but he's 2-star current ability. He's not it. He's not it anymore. Bruce and McKenna, of course, have just kept developing. Yeah, it didn't really happen from Bannon, unfortunately. But these two boys, still stars. Just, yeah, not quite Bannon. But still love him. He's like my child. I said, he's like a child. I'm never going to sell him. Another centre-back signed. I thought I signed more centre-backs at the start of the season, but I didn't actually. But this youngster comes in for just £2.5 million, £3 million potential fee. Another Brazilian. Great player. Is he from the same club as Suarez? He is. So we've just rated that club of two incredible world-beating talents. Look at this. 4.5-star potential, 19 years of age. Left-footed centre-back with 15 marking, 15 tackling, 14 positioning, 14 pace, 6'3" at the age of 19. Need I say more? He would be starting if we did not just sign the tank that is Omar Bamidele. Anderson Angulo. Sorry, I actually do apologise. I am actually kind of trying to pronounce that correct. It's just, you know, when you play a save and you don't say any of their names out loud, and then you record a video and you have to say their names out loud. No, you can't relate because you don't have a YouTube channel, and I'm the only one weird enough to do this. Yep, no, fair. Well, try saying the names of your regents. I haven't practiced it, clearly. He came in for just 600k. He was one of those ones, and so was Thompson, to be fair, where on deadline day they get like this agent reports, and sometimes they just find gems, and those two were real gems. And actually, Marko Stamenic was the exact same situation. I will admit, I don't know if I would have felt the need to drop £20 million on Owen if I knew that this man was about to come up, because, to be fair, Stamenic is potentially a little bit better in some ways, but I paid £20 million in transfer record fee for Owen. So, Owen's starting, but don't get me wrong, Stamenic is definitely going to be a good rotation reserve player. But of course, this season is just it's a write-off. It's just fun now. It's just fun. If we can beat Kilmarnock, that's the plan. That's all we want out of the season, and that's all we need. That's all we need. Thank you very much. Highlights of the season so far: we just beat Kilmarnock. That's good. Soriano getting some goals. Mella getting a goal as well too. Freeland now taking over that left wing position. But don't write off our man McKinstry. I don't know why he's all the way down on the bench right now, but he's still playing incredibly well. He is going to be competing and potentially starting in that right wing position instead of Soriano. They'll be rotating. Soriano having a bit of a sorry season, actually. 4 goals, 7 assists. I mean, it's okay, but Freeland is locking down that left wing position. Suarez up top. O'Reilly, Bernardo, and Owen in there. Norton Cuffy, Omar Bamidele. Gabel should not be starting, but maybe, of course, out with an injury right now. Bruce and McKenna, stacked bench, stacked team. I mean, it's got to be our year at some point soon, but looking at the table, it's probably not going to be our year this year, but let's see what happens at the end. Okay, we got third in the end for the league, and Suarez won the top goal scorer. So two positives there. But we don't really want to talk about the league because something else happened. Now, I'm about to click back, and you're going to go, Raxo, what on earth? And I'm going to go, boys and girls, I wish I recorded it. Knocked out in quarterfinals by AC Milan. We went to the quarterfinals of the Champions League, and now I know what you're saying. Raxo, you said you were going to be like, oh my gosh, what on earth, Raxo? Well, let me tell you who we beat in the round of 16 to get to that game against AC Milan. And I'm hitting my legs because I am so excited to tell you about it. Honestly, because I go to the Sounds with my family, I'm telling every family member. I'm running up to my dad. I'm running up to my brother. I'm running up to my brother's girlfriend. I'm running up to my sister's girlfriend. I'm telling them all about this. None of them could care less. They all go, it's a not real video game. And I say, you play this not real video game and accomplish what I just accomplished against a giant, an absolute tank of world football. We managed to beat Lazio in the knockout stages and then go on to beat Manchester City in the round of 16 of the Champions League. Queen's Park. I just, is your mind blown? My mind was blown. I could not comprehend it. 1-1 draw at home, 2-0 win away from home. And it's not, I need to make this so clear, so comprehensive. Look, 1-1 draw, I don't even care about the Lazio games. 1-1 draw, yes, they blew us out of the water. Got very lucky. Freeland popped up, scored a goal. But look at their team as well, like Haaland, Foden, Silva. They're not like going easy against us. There is a challenging squad there. And then Manchester City, away from home, we just dominated. We just tanked them. Again, great team. Great team. No idea what's going on with their team. But we just stormed them. I mean, could you ask for anything more out of this side? You could have asked for us to actually compete against AC Milan. We lost 2-0 and then 4-2. But we did go very attacking in the end and get some goals. And you could have asked for us to actually do okay in the league. But it's just Manchester City we beat. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. And that, of course, means that our budget for next season is £28 million. No idea how. We've gotten £3 million as our highest last season. £28 million. We're going to have some fun next year, that's for sure. It was not our year this year, but boy, oh boy, it is going to be our year next year. Did I make any signings at the end? I don't think so. Oh, Suter left. Suter left for £1.5 million. He requested to leave, and we let him leave. What else happened in the league? I mean, I guess, yeah, Suarez top goal scorer is noteworthy. Oh, Soriano top assister. Did we get any awards? I think I've won Manager of the Year a couple of times, if being completely honest. Team of the Year, McKinstry. There we go, actually. Team of the Year, McKinstry. Second in Manager of the Season. Suarez top goal scorer. I tried to get the season review, but it didn't seem to happen. This is the best 11, by the way. McKenna, Bruce, Brighton there, Fox, Norton Cuffy, Bannon, Michu, Sensi, McKinstry, Clark Harris, and Thomas. I wouldn't change anything about it, apart from the fact that I do think Sensi is Michu is potentially getting a little bit nice to be in there. Yates, if he was there for a little bit longer, would easily be in that team, but of course, you buggered off to Southampton. But, boys and girls, we end the season with a team that looks a little something like this, and a team that accomplished the impossible, beating Manchester City. Yes, we are not in the Champions League next year. We don't need to talk about it. We accomplished the Champions League by beating Manchester City in the round of 16 to go to the quarterfinals. I don't think I need to repeat it again. It was incredible. And then we beat Celtic on the final day of the season, which is painful because we could have beat them last season on the final day of the season and won the league. But of course, that did not happen. But you can see here, stacked team: Freeland, O'Reilly, Bernardo, Owen, Stamenic, 92nd minute winner. Wish you saw that one too. Costa, Omobama must have been an injury to Bright maybe at that time. But boys and girls, it is a good season. The Champions League, a horrific season for the league. But next year, we are predicted to finish third. Fingers crossed we don't finish third. I'll see you guys in the next episode where, again, you will not be seeing any football, but I hope you enjoy it anyway. Subscribe if you're new around here. Smash the like button if you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you all later.